Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. And today we're going to talk about Renegade Studios and their C&D over the word Renegade. I'm actually using the Cannibal Halflings as a source. I like to go to some of the smaller uh, news sources once in a while. Cannibal Halflings does a pretty decent job. So, what do we got here? Top news story. Renegade Game Studio issues cease and desist to indie creator over the use of the word renegade. Small gaming company The Polyhedral Knights is closing in on the end of the Kickstarter campaign for their seventh game, Renegade City. By the way, we're going to take a look at Renegade City. It had 61 backers on this Kickstarter. It raised just under $3,700. And I would say, looking at that graphic, looking at the font, I would say maybe another company, Rockstar, might say, hey, you're trying to take our look. But I don't see this being something that um, Renegade Game Studios should have an issue with. But let's go on. The game is pitched as a modern day tabletop RPG where you get to play anti heroes who are criminals. The city is suffering a plague of crazy yet organized cultists who have been slowly destroying the city and taking over various criminal empires. Gee, sounds like a game from Rockstar, maybe. A fun, fast, and unique game that uses dominoes instead of dice mechanics. The game's campaign has already ended. This is from the article from the 17th. Today's the 19th. However, yesterday they received a cease and desist message from Renegade Game Studios saying that they have to change the name or else. And by the way, there's an update on this as a comment on N-World, and I find the comment very telling. So, unfortunately, your use of the term renegade in the title of your new game creates a likelihood that consumers might be confused between our client's games and your game. By the way, Renegade Game Studios, I believe that's a G.I. Joe RPG, and believe that the two are connected or affiliated. The likelihood of confusion is particularly acute because you are using the Renegade element on the identical types of products that are sold by Renegade. So, using this argument, and this kind of popped up on Facebook, but people took it out of context. Wizards has not done this, but Wizards of the Coast could say, hey, you can't have a game or supplement or any kind of RPG product with the title Wizards in it. Or Coast. Whoa, no, Rennie. Oh, God, you have the Hand Axe Coast. Don't want to say Sword Coast, that would be an issue. You have the Hand Axe Coast. Well, our company has Coast in its name. And that, no. Renegade Game Studios, Renegade Game Studios. That's your trademark. Renegade is a common word. You can't, oh, jeez. In any case, and you are both selling to the same types of consumers in the same market channels. As such, Renegade must ask that you agree to rename your game to remove the Renegade element. As such, Renegade must ask that you agree to rename your game to remove the Renegade element. I don't know if that's twice in a C&D. If it is, they give TPK Games until the 23rd to respond, or else they will issue a trademark complaint to Kickstarter. By the way, you do that, Kickstarter pretty much says, all right, well, prove the complaint wrong. So you're guilty until you prove your innocence. And so that TPK complies, they will have 2 months to purge all use of the word renegade from the project. Wow. We first learned of this via a Twitter thread from another creator who wanted to alert the community of the risk of falling into legal trouble with Renegade Game Studios over this sort of thing. And they put us in touch with Renegade City's creator, Mickey Barfield. This is Mickey. It really caught me off guard and frankly upset me. I am blown away at how they can think that my game title, Renegade City, will take away from them in any shape or fashion. Our Kickstarter is about to end in 9 hours, and we just get this now. I'm still pretty hurt over this. It seems like if they're willing to go after me over something like this, then what is stopping another company like Wizards of the Coast going after someone or some other company because the word wizard is used in the title of a book or game? And that was taken out of context by some people on Facebook that Wizards is doing this. Wizards is not. Listen, they do self inflicted shit all the time. They haven't gotten that batshit crazy yet. Despite the ridiculousness of taking legal action with regard to a plain old word in the English language, there's not much to be done. Barfield doesn't want to fight, and the fact is that a company like RGS has a legal team and he does not. A small company like me that barely covers the cost of production. Their goal was 3,000. They made, I think, just under 37. We looked at it before. Can't afford to fight against a large company like this, and they know it. So I am left to scramble to find a new name for my game, create a new logo, and change all the things that have this name on there by next Friday. It will all come out of my own pocket because they feel that I'm a threat to their IP. It's not right. Barfield has yet to respond to the message as of this writing, but intends to comply despite how upsetting it is to both himself and his backers and fans. He maintains hope that things can get smoothed over without any further problems. Now, like they say, hopefully this is merely a case of an overzealous legal team attempting to justify their existence rather than define company policy. But for now, the results are the same: a corporation stepping on those who can't afford to defend themselves. So we are going to go to a comment by Scott G. Scott G on N World. Renegade's intent is only to protect its brand and prevent any direct or indirect confusion. In this specific case, the game in question bears an extremely strong resemblance to an intellectual property not owned or licensed by Renegade Game Studios. Full fucking stop. If that's the case, you have no issue. If that's the case, if it bears a strong, extremely strong resemblance to an intellectual property not owned or licensed by Renegade Game Studios, let that other company take the C&D. This is not your C&D then. Even an accidental affiliation today or in the future is something we prefer to avoid. There's no affiliation, no company. Rockstar Games, assuming Rockstar is offended by this, is not going to go, oh, well, this pissant little company that had less than 70 backers, they're not worth it. But Renegade Game Studios, they allowed them to use that name, the word Renegade. We're going to sue them. That is total bullshit. But notice, this is not part of the C&D. This is a justification afterwards. This is from yesterday. Our intent was to prevent any such confusion well before any issues arrive, and while there still is time to make changes before their production begins. What a crock of shit. And again, that actually might be the real reason why they did it. It's not for them to do in that case. Hey, you had nothing to do with it, and you have nothing to do with it now. We're not upset with them using the word renegade, except for the fact that they look like a project that might offend another company, and they might assume it's our product. They're not that stupid. Trust me. They're not that stupid. You, however, Renegade Game Studios, are being a bully. And you are doing an action that would likely not survive the courts, but that doesn't matter, right? Because you got the money to go through with this. Somebody who barely raised over $3,500 on a Kickstarter that's not going to make them any money, yeah, they don't have the legal resources to fight you on this. So if you're not calling for a boycott, but keep this in mind when you spend your money, where your monies are going. If you have a problem with big corporations being bullies, this is one that you might want to look at. So, folks, on that note, this might be a 2 video day. I got something else that's might pop up. I gotta do a little explaining for peoples. But in the meantime, be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice, roll them well. Next live stream is Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you then. God bless.